And here are the credits. That was a good ending. I'm happy with that ending. That's the kind of ending I like. I talked about in Tales of Zestiria, the last big playthrough I did, that I wasn't a fan of the ending because it wasn't like a happy ending. I'm perfectly fine with sadness and angst going through an entire game so long as the ending is a happy one. That's all I care about. When I'm watching TV shows and anime or playing a game, I just want the ending to be happy. Because the characters that I've like grown to like and love throughout the game, I want them to have their happy ending. I don't really care if they go through a bunch of... Well, I care because it helps with like character design and all that and helps them grow. Like angst and bad things happening throughout the game, awesome. I love it when stuff like that happens. Like when Lao turned traitor, that was beautiful. Great thing in the game. When parts of the Lifehold got exploded, when Arena's friend died in the invasion and all that, awesome. But in the end, it is a happy ending, and that's the most important thing to me. I like it to end on a happy note. Not to take away from shows and games that end with a sad note. They're probably still good games. It's just my personal preference. But anyways, game review. I always do this at the credits of a game. I say what I thought about the game, and I give it a rating from 1 to 5. What to start talking about? I like the battle system in this game. We'll talk about the battle system first. It's just basically the exact same as Xenoblade Chronicles, except they added in overdrive instead of a signature attack in the middle. And they also, I liked that. I like the overdrive edition. It kind of gave it something that the last Xenoblade game didn't have in terms of the way you fought. That and the skells. The skells are amazing. I love using the skells, and I love that they added that. I love being able to fly around in an open world and the way that you can jump really high and all that. Really good. The story, although there wasn't as much story in this as there was in the last Xenoblade game, because this was more of a... This game focused more on the free roam than it did the story, I feel. Maybe not more, but it definitely focused on free roam more than the last Xenoblade game. I would call this game a free roaming game before I called it a story-driven game. But the story was very good. I really liked the story. It had twists and turns and all that. The whole thing behind the ganglion. It didn't give us much backstory on this whole Samarian thing, how we, like, came from Samarians or something. I don't know how that works, but that was cool. The twist at the end with Elma was really interesting, and the Lifehold, how it actually just had us all stored as data instead of our actual bodies. That was really cool. Yeah, it was all... The story was really good. I enjoyed the story. It flowed well. It had plot twists. It was a good story. I enjoyed it very much. The characters, we'll go to the characters next. I think we're about to run out of credits, so I might have to stop for a second for a cutscene that's going to happen. But, let's wait a second for that, and then I'll talk about the characters, and then that's probably all I'm going to talk about before I give my rating. Am I going to get a cutscene? I was told there would be a cutscene, and I need to make sure that I don't skip the credits because of it. Ah, here it is.
Wait, what? This damage isn't from our last battle. It's from earlier, when we crashed on Mira.
It does look pretty bad in there, doesn't it? You'd never know it by looking at the exterior.
All right. I'm entering the database chamber.
Be extra careful in there. That's everything we've been working for.
Understood. What?
What is it, Elma? Is there a problem with the database?
No. That's impossible.
Elma, report. Elma!
Secretary. I'll stick to the facts. The system. Everyone's consciousnesses and memories. The entire database. Has been destroyed for some time.
Destroyed? What do you mean? Explain yourself.
The entire chamber is flooded. It's trashed. The system is completely shut down. And not just recently. It's been this way since we got to Mira.
That's absurd. Then how are we... How in the world would anyone be?
I know. So then why would you be alive? It's not possible. Without the database, all your identities should be gone too. It's this planet. It's something about this planet.
Is that Lao? Oh, it's my boy, Lao! The story never truly ends. I thought I was going to say it, so I didn't read it at first. Is that it? Ah, oh, cliffhanger ending! No! It's Sly 4 all over again! Ah, but there you have it. Is there anything else? I thought there was supposed to be an epilogue. Did that count as the epilogue? From Lao's body, we got Lao. Okay. Elma's true form. However you felt upon seeing the real me, I won't pry for now, but if you're not opposed to adventuring with me in my true form, I'd be happy to oblige. It's entirely up to you. Well, where to next? This planet still abounds with mystery. Oh, so I can switch her to her true form. A great Blade's reward. You've carried your name into Blade history, so I've readied some special missions that'll make earning money, experience, and BP a lot easier. You can accept them from Network Terminal in the barracks. That'll probably also give me the stuff that lets me do affinity easily. Those missions have probably just been unlocked as well. A segment in the Blade barracks has been updated. There is no longer a main story chapter right here. That is now gone. All right, there are 2 new affinity missions. Those were not there before. All right, well, I will turn Elma to her real body next time. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and finish up my game review that I was given before. The characters. Characters were really well. The 3, main characters were Lynn, Elma, and myself. One thing that I have that I don't like about this game is that we are a silent protagonist. I despise silent protagonists. I absolutely hate them. I would rather play as someone... I'd rather play like in the first Xenoblade, where you play as Shulk. You don't get as much control over it, which you didn't have much control in this game either, because you are always given... You get 2 options, and you're probably going to end up with the same result anyways, no matter which of the 2 options you choose. But here are your 2 options. And normally I didn't like either of the 2 options I was given. Sometimes you got 3 options. That was really nice. But anyways, I'd much rather play a game where you, control Shulk and see Shulk's story and how he chooses what he does, and you play as him throughout the game, than a game as a silent protagonist like this one. That's really my only dislike with the characters, is that you play as a silent protagonist. But Elma was a really good character. Yelv, Lao. Lao was the best character. Lao is my favorite character in the game, followed by Elma. She's second. Lynn was a good character with their little Minato hair clips that are awesome. Tatsu was a little annoying, but he was cool too at times. The dynamic between him and Lynn being constantly teasing each other, mainly Lynn saying that she would cook him, was really good. We didn't get as much interaction with the others. We got some interaction with Gwen and Arena and Elle and dug in them, but not as much. We'll probably get more with them as I do the rest of the affinity missions that are left, because most of the affinity missions I haven't done are ones that you have to have affinity with them, so it's heavily centered on them. So looking forward to that, definitely. But overall, the characters were all pretty good. I enjoyed them all. There wasn't a character that I really disliked. They were all okay for what they were. Lau and Elma especially. I just didn't like my own character because I'm a silent protagonist. Let's see. I talked about the battle system. I talked about the story. The fact that it's free roam. It's a really good free roaming game. The side missions get a little repetitive, but the affinity missions and the story missions really help take away from that, because, you know, you do like some of those and then you switch to doing some side missions, or you do some side missions as you go, and all of that stuff. So it was pretty good. Overall, the side missions, they do start to get pretty repetitive, because it basically comes down to, like, after I got done with, like, chapter 4 or 5, I think that's around when I stopped doing side missions on screen, and I started doing them off screen just to get money and experience. The reason for that is because they basically became, kill this tyrant, kill this enemy 4 times, kill this enemy 7 times, gather up these items, go to this location to grab this one item and then come back. They all became really repetitive. So they didn't have much going for them that made them stick out. So that's why I stopped doing them on screen, and I decided, you know, I'll just do the story missions and the affinity missions on screen, and anything else that catches my fancy that I want to do on screen. But anyways, all of that aside, it was a very good game. Given everything, I think I would give it a... I don't know. I think I like the first Xenoblade more than this one. I'm going to compare it to the last game, because I normally compare it to games that are similar to it, or that when I finish a game, I compare it to other games. Like when I finished Tales of Zestiria, I compared it to the other Tales of games. But, I would definitely say that I preferred the first Xenoblade over this one. But I did really enjoy this one. They're close, but I did enjoy the first Xenoblade more because it was more story-driven. In general, I just prefer story-driven stuff over free-roaming stuff more. That's just me as a person. So I would say I like the first Xenoblade more. I would give this game a 4 out of 5. That sounds pretty fair. I think a 4 out of 5 is fair. I feel like it's not going to have much replayability. Like, after I do all the affinity missions and I go and fight the monsters that I want to fight off-screen, I doubt, at least not for a long while, that I'll want to start the game over. So I have to take that into account. Because Xenoblade Chronicles, I've played through it twice. And honestly, I wouldn't mind playing through it a third time. I probably will in the future for the channel. So, but this game, I don't know. I don't feel like I'd want to, in my spare time, even a few months from now, play this game all over again from scratch. I might. But I don't know. I feel like it won't have that much replayability. But I won't know that for sure until later on if I decide I want to replay it or not. But just right off the bat, I don't feel like it'd have a lot of replayability. But anyways, it was a very good game. I think a 4 out of 5 is fair. That's a good game. 4 out of 5 is a really good game. So I'll give Xenoblade Chronicles X a 4 out of 5. I would definitely recommend you go pick it up if you have a Wii U, especially if you have a Wii U, because there are not a ton of good titles for the Wii U. The Wii U has plenty of good stuff going for it, but it doesn't have anything like this. This is the only game that I can think of that's like an RPG, JRPG on the Wii U is this game. I haven't heard of any other games similar to it on the Wii U. When you think of Wii U, you normally think of like all the multiplayer stuff like Smash Bros, Splatoon, what else? Smash Bros, Splatoon, Mario Kart, stuff like that, which are all really good games. I enjoy them, but it doesn't have anything like this. This is normally the kind of game I go to the PS4 for. PS4 for. But, yeah, definitely I'd say this game is a 4 out of 5. It's worth getting. I would look into it if you have a Wii U, if you think it's good. Really quick before I wrap up, I just want to say thanks to all of you so much who have watched this series. You have all made it so much fun for me. I've already said this, like, not long ago. I thought it would take longer to finish the series than it did. But, this is going to be, like, what? This session is going to be broken into about 6 parts or something like that. But, you guys really, I said this not long ago in the series, but you guys really just made this great for me. The screen dimmed because I haven't pressed a button in a while. You guys just made it absolutely great for me in the comments and watching, looking at the series and seeing how well it did. This is the best a series has ever done on my channel, by far. All of the videos get decent views for, you know, for my channel standards. I think, like, every video gets at least 20. They usually average around 30 to 40. And then I go back to, like, the start of the series. All those videos back there, like, part 1 to 50, they've all got, like, 50 to, like, 300 views. However many views it's gotten, which is absolutely ridiculous. I'm so glad that this series did well and that you all enjoyed it. I really did. I hope that you stick around for the post-game. I'm still going to be doing the post-game, and for other playthroughs I'm going to be doing on the channel as well. Let's see here. I still have to go back and finish Tales of Graces. I want to start the Sly 4 game soon because I've done the other 3 Sly games on the channel. I'm going to do Sword Art Online on the channel soon. Bunch of stuff that I'm going to be doing on the channel. Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm Revolution 4. That comes out in February. I'm going to be doing that when it comes out. tons of stuff. I hope you'll stick around for it and enjoy other playthroughs, or just if this was the one playthrough on my channel for you, then I hope you enjoyed your time while you were here. But hopefully I will see you in other playthroughs and in the post-game videos of this, which is next. This is officially the end of this series. It's the same thing with my other series. This is the main end of the series. We finished the main game. That was the main purpose. From here on, it's the post-game. The affinity missions I do past this point are post-game stuff, in my opinion, and everything else I've done. Everything else I do past this point is post-game. It's not going to have any story stuff or anything major in it, but I hope you stick around for the post-game nonetheless. This video will still be, or the video before this, the one where I fought Lao, will be titled Finale, probably. And then when I get to the end of the post-game, I'll title it Finale again. But anyways, I'm done rambling. I hope you all enjoyed. I give the game a 4 out of 5. It was a lot of fun. You all made it great for me. Special thanks to who were trying to think of names off the top of my head. I know a few people have commented more often than others. Christian definitely has been a big, huge help. Tyler is the name of another one. Harvey, he showed up recently and he's been helping me out with a lot of comments. And there were a bunch of other people who commented. I can't think of your names off the top of my head. I'm sorry. I just remember them because they comment the most, so I see their names a lot. But there have definitely been a lot of other people that were helping with comments. Thank you all so much for if you commented to help me or if you commented just to say you love the series. It makes my day to see a comment. One that isn't something stupid like, oh, you're so dumb, why you do this, and stuff like that, but actual legitimate comments just saying that whether you just like the stuff or you're trying to give help or say something you enjoyed, I really appreciate it. But anyways, thank you all. I hope to see you in the post-game videos or in another playthrough. Until that time, farewell.